the floor.
Three, two, one. One, two, one, two.
De-escalate officer control encounter.
So sorry. It's so loud in here, and I think that people really need to hear this. So can we please be quiet just a little bit and have some respect? Pretty please. Thank you.
That's my bodyguard, Edward Jones. I use Edward Jones.
What are we doing?
Uber ride.
Look at that! He's so cute! Gracias! Dude, this is amazing.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Igual.
I'm a whirling dervish. I always twirl on purpose.
I'm so surface level, don't you look behind the curtains. I'm nervous like I'm Nelly. Kelly's so evil, he not a person. What would a good one consist of? I'm probably not as perfect. It's probably not in my bloodline. My faith lies as far as my fathers allow, but truth I control where I land. I choose to be an island. I choose to pick up my plans till they all seem folly, but I guess I change that present to the past tense. Like Paps was a bastard, flabbergasted. Pap has a running pattern, polished, bladder, nothing matters. Twin cut, love, an ugly dancer. I am. Generation violence, part of the nation, not hiding from it all till it all become blinding. Tight, fly across the sky till the blue turn violent. Mock the passage of the days all ever I'm in. Don't feel free to chime in, rather keep you tuned out. Stick with flat drink, sip instead of fizzled out routes. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. This might be a bold of self-belief. No need for boarding schools to tell me peace is found. I find my own ground, crashing my own reef. No beef, all peace. Nah, that bang bang ski skis. You show the counts down. Clown caught up in his own heat. It's a lesson where you learn to shut the demons up. Nah, I'm kidding. You ain't no demon. You my homie, but I'm tweaking, bro. When you mix this and think you got business talking about my track, shut up, bitch. Sorry. I guess I went too far with that one. Guess it's easy to blame the homie for my shortcomings. Should have worked for different outcomes. It's all love, but it need to be self-love. Need to do this for me, not for anyone else,
No,
but
but when he starts
not
to
for
get-
your approval or the words of the rest of, but to feel peace when I walk in the rest.
Guy, fall
It
forward.
should be mine. Now I know it's mine alone. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work.
Other hand. That one. That hand. Hey, come here.
What about?
I wanna I need a tag, yeah. I want a bag, yeah. Okay. Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I cop that cribbo for that timepiece. I'm trying to see the globe and fill out shows into the flight lead. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even ride or die, please. But I've been short on time, been in the prime of my prime easy. I said I never changed and leveled up, I guess I lied, yeah. Off that straight up potent just to feel like I'm alive, yeah. Mix that with that potion just to feel like I'm that guy, yeah. I know the one you talking to, he went outside the line, yeah. Go against the tribe, you lose your... Let me not even say this shit. I just ran out of my questions. I just got tired of waiting and got here myself. Niggas want me to believe in the dream that they see for themselves and still doubt in themselves. They might as well light up the L. High top on 10 toe, drip retro. Talking major plays, hella high tech through the getro. Pin game, then petrol. Just set it in the flesh hole. Send a text mail to give a wet clothes. On the vapor wave to make a drip drip with the left lobe and the left stroke. Flex up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. Yeah. Flex up. Shawty on 10 finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Flex up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. I need a bag. Flex up. I need a tag, yeah. Shawty on 10 finna go up. Bring that to the crib.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nonito Donaire.
Could this be tonight?
Hey guys.
What's up, everybody? Man, this is always a fun Thursday night. I love talking about sex, so, you know, forget about the boxing.
Wow. Okay. That's
just saying,
that's
you know.
Where we're going?
But we want to say what's up to everybody out here. Thank you guys for coming out. You know, welcome to Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel. There we go.
Still, if you can't tell, we're arguing about the air right now. He wants the aircon on.
Yes,
and
because
I'm
like, you know what? It's like, why don't you just take off your jacket? I'm like, I can't because this is my outfit for tonight. You know, so this is my outfit for tonight. That's it. Yeah.
Hey, Ramblin' Ralph is in the
Hey,
chat. He
what's
said
up?
we need another intro. I know, dude. You need to give us your voiceover 100%.
Yeah, that's right,
I'll
man.
come
And
by and say that we need one.
yeah, but yeah, we want to say what's up to everybody out here. Let's just roll call a little bit.
Yep. Popsy Cultura,
Popsy,
Lisa Bale,
Lisa,
Major Key
Major
Boxing,
Key.
Teach,
That's
Danny
right,
Medina, In the Ring with Christine, Ramblin' Ralph, Little Penny, Suntok, Filipinas.
Suntok, what's up, everybody? So, we had our first episode last Thursday,
Mhm.
talking about sex. And what we talked about last week was, is it okay to have sex before fights or during training camp and all that stuff? And the answer for me was, hey, I like sex. It never stopped me. It never really bothered me.
Why would sex bother you?
Well, it depends, if I'm hot and bothered, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
No, but basically what we were trying to say is that, like we had everyone guess. And if you guys weren't here the last time, we were having them guess. Okay, listen, out of all the fights since Carl Frampton, when we named 5 fights, which ones did Nonito abstain? And it came out that it came out.
It came out.
The last
Boom. that's right.
Oh, here we go. It came out that the
How did it come out?
the last it was the last fight.
The last fight was the only fight.
Only fight we
I
didn't have
abstained,
sex,
and
which was his decision.
that was my decision because I wanted to do it right. But I guess apparently doing wrong was doing right for me. By having a couple alcohol in there. Having lots of sex. And all of that stuff. I guess it was good for me because it relaxed my body where I was able to think properly and do my game plan. But when I was too tense and all that energy was pent up, is that right?
Pent up.
Yeah, was all within me. I had to release it, and I couldn't keep my mind right, So it was like my mind is telling me no, but my body telling me yeah.
Karaoke night again.
Yeah.
But I mean, if y'all have been at the channel, like what ends up happening is Nonito just starts going into song if he hears a word that inspires him to sing. So anyways, someone just said Queequee's laughing at you. Yeah, we're all laughing at him, trust me.
I don't see
So
nothing
Chi
wrong.
Rosales said, "Oh, it's fine. A lot of coaches tell Jesse to not have sex 2 weeks before the fight."
Well, see, okay, some people don't even have sex at all for the whole camp.
It doesn't. Okay, but we talked about this in the ring with Christine, and shout out to her. She's here in the building. The fact that like you have to like say like, okay, so if you're not going to have sex, if you're going to pull that completely off the table, you can't use Pamela, and Angela,
right,
to relieve yourself.
or
it's
Gigi,
the same thing. Or Gigi, whatever. Like you can't. It's not the same thing. You can't say I'm not going to.
People are
going to
ask, well, who is Gigi? Yeah, Gigi is
Does Donaire take blue rhinos? What is that? I don't know what a blue rhino is. Anyway, so yeah, so you can't like.
Okay, yeah, that's what she said.
So Fury was our prime example that said that he, abstains from sex, but then he like masturbates 7 times a day, and I'm like, that's not.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I
gosh.
don't understand is if you're not gonna have sex, but you're jacking off and whacking off and all this other off,
oh God, speaking of whacking off, reminds me, continue your statement.
You're still like I said, the essence of a man is through ejaculation. It doesn't matter if you're doing it with the hands or if you're doing it with somebody else.
Do guys ejaculate with both hands?
No, I don't.
You said doing it with the hands, so I was
because it could be left hand, it could be the right hand or the left hand. Sometimes I feel like I want to be left-handed today. I gotta say what's up to Angela, and then I want to say what's up to Pamela. I can't do that. It doesn't work for me, man. It doesn't work. Only one hand because it just hits the right spot.
Khaled said that he thinks that for sure Fury is definitely lying.
Yeah, because I don't understand that,
'Cause
man.
He said 7 times.
Seven
Yeah.
times? That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, even when I was like 14, 7 times was just like, you know, it hurt. It hurt.
Little
It was
Penny
too
says you
sensitive.
need porn for jacking off.
Huh?
Little Penny said you need porn for jacking off.
And lube or lotion. That's it. You can't just do it raw.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just being out there, man. You know,
Yes, we see that.
yeah.
But anyways, the whole point is like, you know, we were going into the discussion of like how long the session is. What we're just recapping.
Magic Key said
Southpaw Jacker.
Southpaw Jacker.
Oh my God.
No, I gotta go underneath my leg. You know, I gotta go underneath my leg and then just do all kinds of position, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So
You gotta make it enticing and entertaining. Entertaining is the word. Entertaining.
Oh, okay. See, this is why we
like,
can't
oh
do-
no.
Everyone's like, why are you doing this on a Thursday night? Well, this is why.
Yeah.
This is literally why we were doing this on a Thursday night.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh my goodness. So again, just to recap, we were agreeing that it that it takes you have to decipher what, like, okay, like if you're going to have sex, you can't do, if you're fighting, you have to do the position that is the least
Yes, we will talk about
amount
that.
of energy.
Let's talk about
All
that.
right, let's go. Ready, set,
Yeah, let's
go.
make it rain. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, thank you guys so much for that. super
Pamela
chat.
always makes it rain. LOL. I'm dead, bro.
Timmy
Timmy Chip
Jr.
Jr. Thank you, brother. Hey, but for real though, man, you know, Pamela, Angela, you know, whatever thing, but we're talking about position. So this where the crucial thing about having sex can affect a man's body.
Okay, so what are the top 3 positions that are no for before a fight, and what are the
Man,
top 3 positions
The
that
doggy
are
style.
yes
Doggy style for me is very strenuous on my
your quadriceps.
on my quad, you know,
Mhm.
and every time.
Does it matter if you're standing up or on the bed?
On the bed, when you're on the knees, it's more on the quads. It's more on the
If
the
you're
thighs.
standing up, not so much.
And if you're standing up, I mean, you can kind of grab them
Oh
to
my
you.
goodness.
You can just kind of grab them to you. I'm just saying, man, you know, to make it easy, but you know, you want to get that work, you want to get that hip moving going, you know, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so 1, doggy style,
Doggy style.
specifically on the bed, no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1. 2
Yeah.
more.
I mean, all the other stuff really is not too bad. It's just for me, I work a lot on my.
Dude, you're literally sweating right now.
I know, because
why are you?
I gotta get my
Oh my
thing, my pimp
gosh.
suit on, you know. I got my outfit on. I can't, you know, I'm just sweating.
You're
I don't.
sweating.
That's
We're
cool.
only 10 minutes into this.
That's all right.
and
I'm
you
be
were
sweating like crazy. You know, I'm pouring like crazy.
towel?
I'm pouring like that. I'm like,
Do you want a
I'm
towel?
okay. I'm okay.
You want
And
a
I'm just
towel?
like twitching and everything.
Do you want a towel?
I'm sweating. Hold on.
Do you want
Chill.
a towel?
Because I was just
Do you
like,
want to come?
no, yeah, come rag. Oh, the cum rag. Yes. No.
Okay, I'm gonna get you
Okay,
one.
hold on. Okay, I'm gonna take this shit off.
You
man.
absolutely look ridiculous.
Hey,
You're-
hold on, man.
you're
Chill. You
literally
know, I got my
sweating.
outfit on and everything.
Oh my goodness.
So what I'm saying, what were we saying?
What happened was
What were we saying? I forgot now, you know. Hey, Jackie Hernandez, what's up? What's up, girl? How you doing? Yeah, no, what I'm saying, what was I saying? I'm too excited with it. Oh, so I think everything else, all the position really in
I'm
itself.
giving you a cum rag. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Excuse me.
No, I'm cool. I'm
No,
cool. I'm just
you
like,
look
look at
ridiculous.
it. I'm
You're
good.
going to destroy the headset because of
It's
how
cool,
much.
I got another one.
That is not.
No, hold on.
I'm kidding. You go talk to them.
Okay,
It's fine.
so what I'm saying is pretty much every except for the helicopter or something like that. I don't know how.
Wheelbarrow.
Or the wheelbarrow. That's what your parents was doing, talking about. And it's like, what? Anyways, we'll get into that more. But one thing though was funny or what's more strenuous, going back into it, what's more strenuous was the doggy style. The doggy style really hurt. I got like wobbly legs afterwards, you know. So I mean, it you got to do a little bit longer of a session, of course, because you get that work. And if you do it fast, I mean, you probably won't get it done, you know, or get to feel that thing. So so going back into it, I think every position in terms of like missionary, everything else, really. I mean, they can ride you and all that stuff. It's so easy, you know. It's so easy, you know, because you're just laying there. I mean, usually when the week of the fight, usually it's just, you know, someone giving me head. So, you know, I just want to get that relaxation. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened?
Hey, hey. And motorboat after that. By the way, I haven't drank anything. So
I don't even know if you've eaten.
yeah.
Careful, Cuyelo. Ate Rachel is texting your brother. You might be the boxer, but Ate Rachel can beat you from the Philippines and back.
100%, man. This is my
Sports
queen.
channel.
This is my queen. So my queen is really, you know, I had the biggest respect for. What's up?
I don't know. Says our connection's weird.
Yeah.
Our connection better not damn be weird.
Oh, I
But
know.
you guys
This-
like stay with us. If it's like, if we look ugly, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just like we'll make it into a radio show
So-
where you guys just hear us.
So, but that's what I'm saying though, right? Like, to me, sex was fine going into the fight. 2
Wait, did we
weeks.
say what? Okay, so
2 weeks.
helicopter, no.
Helicopter. I don't even know how to do that.
Wait, wheelbarrow?
Wheelbarrow.
No.
That's all on you. For me, well, I do gotta hold your leg, yeah.
Yeah. So okay, do you guys want to hear the wheelbarrow story? Like where this wheelbarrow came up? Press 1 if you want to hear.
Yeah, if y'all want to hear the
story.
story about the wheelbarrow,
Press
you know,
one, press one, and
So-
we will tell the wheelbarrow story. So when I
Yeah,
see ones in the chat, then spread eagle has levels and can get exhausting during a fight week.
there you go. See, oh, Lil Penny's like, okay, wheelbarrow. Lil Penny's like, that's quite interesting.
It doesn't talk like that. You
Well-
sound like Carl.
No, but Aussie and New Zealand, they're like neighbors, so they kind of talk kind of the same. You know,
Little
they're the
bit,
Kiwi.
but
They're the Kiwis.
Not as much as you're
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Okay, so the wheelbarrow story. This is the story. Were we dating or were we engaged? We probably were already engaged. I don't know. If
Yeah,
we
we're probably
married.
engaged because we were at the at your lake house in
California. In
California.
Loomis? Okay.
Yeah.
So we were probably engaged. Because literally we got engaged like a month after.
Yeah, we just went, let's go.
Yeah. So anyway, so we were out there with my a bunch of my friends. They were staying for the weekend. My parents were there. And we were playing this card game called like Jacks or something. right?
No, Cards Against
Kings?
Humanity, isn't
No,
it?
we were not. That
It
wasn't even
was.
then. Didn't even come out yet.
Yes,
no,
it
we're playing
was.
Jacks.
Oh, I don't know what it was. No,
We were playing Jacks. We were playing Jacks.
I don't know,
Trust me,
something
we
like
were
that.
playing Jacks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically,
That's
if
right.
you pull a jack, then you get to have like this, you get to select a topic and you go around the entire circle, and whoever stops like has to think about the answer to the topic, has to take a shot. So we're playing with my parents are in this game with us. And so I can't remember who pulled the card, but topic was sex positions. And so we go around and you're like that, and you say whatever it is, right? And Nonito is situated right next to my mom.
Mhm.
So it passes my dad. My dad takes the easy route. He's all missionary. And then goes around. It goes to my mom and she says, wheelbarrow. And Nonito stops because now he has a visual and he's trying to figure out who's on top and who's on bottom. And my mom and dad were cracking up laughing. And of course, because he stopped the
You gotta take a shot.
well, yeah, because he stopped the momentum of the circle, he had to take a shot. So from then on, My parents have been known for the wheelbarrow.
Yes, they're the wheelbarrow masters.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. That's the story.
Like out of nowhere, who says wheelbarrow?
My
Somebody,
mom.
someone could have said like missionaries or reverse
My
cargo,
dad
cargo
said
or whatever.
missionary, Rudy. That's why missionary was out of the game. You couldn't say it.
I mean, isn't it like they have like this Kama Sutra? That's when Kama Sutra was like coming out with all the position and shit like that.
Yeah. And wheelbarrow, I'm pretty sure, is in there.
So yeah, okay, all right. But anyways, man, ultimately going back to me,
Okay, what about you?
because
Okay,
they
so
said 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks.
yes.
So 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks is fine. If you want to have sex 2 weeks before the fight, I think it's fine. You know, I think that
2 weeks is a long time.
2 weeks is a damn long time.
Yeah.
I'll be like a crackhead in the corner. I'm like, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I'm just giggity giggity goo.
Oh
I
my
gotta
God.
get it. Yeah, 2 weeks is a long time. Little Penny said 2 weeks is fine. Not for me. Not for me. I can't believe I did it for 3 months without it. That's so crazy.
You're really like on edge.
Maybe
though.
that's why I was just like, I was like turning to Super Saiyan, man. So yeah, I think ultimately when it comes down to that, sex is fine. And I think a lot of it, like I explained before, the mindset, the mentality is what really creates the fighter going into the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Transcendent Sports says. Does sex really take your mental and physical game from the game plan?
Depends on your belief on yourself. Like say for some people, everybody has a condition to how they would perform, right? So if like for say, if I have sex, I will not perform 100%. Now, if you have that in your mind, you're gonna go in there and you had sex, in your mind, you're gonna be like, damn, I had sex. And it's gonna be in the back of your head, and you're not gonna perform properly because you already are telling yourself that you're not 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's for you, it's more of like mind over matter, and it's like something that had been told to you from ever since, right? And there was no real like you'd never questioned it. You're just like, okay, like then we won't. So when you get older, and you never asked like where did that actually even stem from? What's the belief and what's the science from it? It was never you just never question it. People believe that. So then it's kind of like, well, if I do, this is what I've been told. I can't
That's what
go
I'm saying.
against it.
We have a condition that we put on our mind, according to in order for me to perform, I have to pray, right? In order for me to perform, I have to pray to God. In order for me to perform, I have to abstain. You know, so we have those conditions, and if one of those conditions falls apart, then we have something in the back of our head that's telling us, oh, I'm not 100% because I did this thing, therefore I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the people, including myself, had that condition. And that's why it's good to check your mind of your condition, because a lot of the things is what we were told as kids, that in order for us to be at our best, this has to be done or something like that. So check yourself in terms of what kind of things that you have in your mind, because we limit ourselves. The only person that limit us is pretty much us.
What does it say? Khaled said that according to Google, testosterone peaks after 7 days of abstinence and then it stagnates.
And another one. That's what I just go, boom. You know, no, but yeah, you know, there's things that would, but if it does go up, it's not very dramatic as compared to like if you're taking something, you know what I mean? So I think that it doesn't create enough problem to have sex, because if you abstain and you only have this much going up as compared to if the abstinence had this exponential increase in testosterone, then I would do it. Everybody would do it because it increases the testosterone. You know what I mean? So I think that it's not enough for people to abstain.
Well, Little Penny is saying women can hold it in longer though. Little
What does
Penny,
that
like,
mean?
what do you mean? Like, we need sex too. Like, I'm confused.
They just have more control over us. We're just like dogs, you know. When we see, when we feel it, we're just like humping the air and everything.
I think that is. Oh my gosh, you're moving the freaking light again. I think that is. I think that's a what is it called? Old wives' tale. I think that people. I think from a long time ago, it was always said that women aren't like, you know, sexually like really like wanting it, right? But I think
Shit,
it's
I gotta
come
bring the
out.
umbrella when it comes down to it, because you guys get really wet. You know, women get really when they're really into it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but I'm saying that it was taboo before for women to want sex. Where now I believe that it's, first of all, it's really out there.
Yeah.
And then second, like it's being more discussed that it's like, yeah, we like sex too, weirdos. It's not like we were just lying there. Like it made us feel good. So I feel like that was like a weird thing that little Penny said, that we could just hold it in longer. I mean, that's what you might think, but I mean, women masturbate
You just gotta
too.
breathe. You just gotta breathe when you do it. It's like
No, but women masturbate too. Like
they can
it
hold
just
it
was
in
never
longer.
talked about.
Is that like when doing the deed? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hold on, time out, hold on.
Nathan Dean asks, "What if I'm not voluntarily abstaining? Also, not a boxer. Advice: Not voluntarily abstaining. Who's not? Who is holding you back from abstaining? I'm confused by this question.
No, I mean this. You know, you shouldn't. I mean, I think that includes masturbation.
I don't know.
Masturbation.
What about masturbation?
I mean, masturbation. I mean, a lot of people masturbate.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your point?
We were talking about women and stuff like that, and women masturbate.
Correct.
You know, and they are really they get into it too. You know what I mean?
Well, see, so Quickly said, "Baby, the only time I don't want a piece of meat is never. I want it more when I can't have it during my cycle. 3 days only, then it's go time." That's what I'm saying. Like it was just something that it was never discussed, and I think it was always readily accepted that men like sex, but I don't think like that conversation was something that was open discussion to say that women just as much
Well,
like sex.
if you can look back in history, women never really had the word to say about their emotion and what they feel and what they have to say about things. Like men are very vocal. Yeah, man, I banged the shit out of her. Blah blah blah. This and this and this and that. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
women
dude, I
don't-
had her. This. Women don't do that.
No, women don't go, "Oh my god, I just got rammed really good." Like,
Yeah,
I mean, some people might. Some people might. Some people might. I
mean, ooh, girl.
You should see his penis. It was so pretty.
Yeah. I don't know, but see, man, we talk, we talk about sex all the time. That's what we talk about is women all the time, like when
That's why I'm saying it's readily accepted, and it's like, oh, okay, so yeah, guy sex, women, no, like they don't feel like it's such a topic that we even talk about.
Nah, you know how it is, King Cobra. Us Bay Area guys, we just grab. We just go, "What's up, girl? How you doing?"
Oh my goodness.
We just grab. We don't
that.
wait for things.
Coach Ricky said another popular myth is that having sex in the days leading up to a sporting event or contest is detrimental to performance. Correct. It's a popular myth, and it's actually been debunked numerous times already. That said that basically that there is no difference in the performance level and the testosterone in the testing before athletic performances. So it's just something that was, built in a long time ago and no one questioned. I think Mythbusters was one of them, and then a lot of the science institutes had actually done research on it, and they're like, nope, there's nothing that says that it's detrimental.
But that's what we were talking about on the last episode. So if you guys haven't seen that, go over there and check it out. Hit the like button on that. But our biggest conversation tonight, though, dun dun dun. Go ahead.
Wait, I wanted to talk about Oscar.
Right. Oh, you want to talk about Oscar?
Something. Oh, you said whacking off. Did you guys see? I'm gonna bring this up, okay? Because it was so weird. I showed it to Nonita, and I have a Google phone, so it shows me things that it thinks I'm interested. I was not interested in this, but go ahead, talk to them while I'm looking for it.
Well, this is funny, and when you guys see this stuff, it's really funny. But before that, though, when we get to our real conversation, you will be shaking your head, man, of how crazy this game is, and how a lot of underground what do you call it? I guess you could say human trafficking too, in that sense,
It
but
is
we'll
human
talk more.
trafficking.
Huh?
It is human trafficking.
It's human trafficking, and so we will talk more about that. But first,
Before I want to talk about whacking off. Okay.
whacking off.
It's something that's important.
Cause I got high. Cause I got high.
No.
Cause I got high.
All
right.
So this came across my my Google feed. And it says Holly Saunders receives heartfelt whacking off message from boyfriend Oscar De La Hoya over her Golf Channel days. So anyway, it goes on to say blah 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 blah. And she posts this on her Instagram, and he says, I remember, this is Oscar's quote right here. I will make it larger for everyone to see.
That
Large enough?
that don't thing's coming up.
Oh,
so,
it's on the other side.
Yeah, just take that up, exit or something.
You
or
don't know how.
okay, just put it back and just read it. Just put it
Okay.
back
All
and read
right.
it.
Okay. Okay. Can you read it? Because it's.
I remember whacking off when you would come on the air and then go tee off and shoot a 90 because my legs were weak. The former boxing world champion wrote lovingly to his girlfriend. I remember whacking off when you would come on the air and then go tee
Why do
off
you have to pronounce
and
come?
shoot a 90 because my legs were weak. Okay, Oscar. Anyway,
So when he said whacking off earlier, I was like, dude, I remember I saw like something about Oscar and that. And we were talking about this a couple days ago, and a lot of people were asking. And if you didn't see it, Oscar did admit that those abs are pretty much bought. It was lipo sculpt or something.
yeah, it was a little, it was a procedure that had been done. I mean, it wasn't like crazy procedure like reforming his body, but
No.
did enough to do something to create that look.
Yeah. And I think it was a 2-for-1 special, because in that same video,
Titty, he got her titty done, right?
not Oscar. Oscar didn't get his titties
No,
done.
her. I'm talking about her.
If he,
I mean, he probably would too. See, I don't know. I mean,
oh my God.
you never know. You never know. I mean,
Holly redid her boobs, because she's always had like these boobs that were up to her neck anyway. But in the video, they're saying on Ellie Sackback, ES News, Oscar was pointing out that she had new implants, and she was showing off his abs. So it might have been a buy 2 get 1 free special.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hell, like why not? But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm
me
be like, hey
just
baby, I'm gonna send you a whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole? That's a game.
Whacking off video. I'm like, yeah, what's up, baby?
I don't
That's
think he
weird as shit.
sent her a video.
Oh no, it just said that. He just said it.
He just said it.
Oh, he just said it. Okay.
And
never
if
mind.
he did send her a whacking off video, I do not want to see it. Okay, like that would be horrible. Oh my
Hey,
God.
you never know with Oscar though, man. Oscar is free. He's all the way out there. So
King Cobra said next Oscar will get a Brazilian butt lift.
yeah, probably. Watch. It's gonna be the thing for Oscar. It'll be like boom, 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 boom.
Oh my God. I honestly think like she needs to get her hands done.
Oh, did you see that? Anyways, let's go back to this thing. I think this is a tremendous subject when it comes down to boxing.
We are talking
this is
about
like serious stuff now.
Sex rings. Okay, we're not talking about cock rings.
Cock rings? No, we're not talking about cock rings.
I know some of you guys might have thought we were talking about cock rings, but so a sex ring crime is a term used to refer to sexual victimization with one offender and one who's a perpetrator that is using the other person for sex and has something over them, whether it's a job or going higher in their job. And that's what we're talking about. So it's almost likened to slavery, right? And sex trafficking. But the thing is that with boxing, I feel like it's a taboo thing that no one's talking about. Now, we have seen it done in Hollywood, right? In the recent years, it's been really, really big out there, especially with Mr. What's his name? Epstein?
Weinstein, Weinstein. The
Epstein?
Epstein is the thing. It's Weinstein, ain't it? Epstein is a guy who has his
Epstein?
own. He has his own island.
That was a whole thing too.
Yeah, I know that was a sex trafficking too. That for that, but I'm saying
Who's
Weinstein was the
Weinstein?
Hollywood, right?
Oh, is Weinstein the director?
Yeah.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein's director, and then Jeffrey
Yes.
Epstein's the island.
The island guy.
Okay.
Come
Both
on, man.
bad.
Yeah, they both were
Stay
bad.
away from
But you said
Steve.
Hollywood. I mean, I know Hollywood is Hollywood. You
No,
know, it's
but
all connected in that
The
way.
Epstein whole thing, he had Hollywood.
Everybody,
figures over
exactly,
there.
all that the famous Hollywood
Yeah.
stars and stuff were all out there, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But anyways, but in the Hollywood scene,
Okay, so we're talking about Harvey.
because that's where you
Weinstein.
Okay,
So Weinstein was
Yeah,
a producer
he was a
that
producer.
he was using a casting couch pretty much to lure these actresses into casting privately, allegedly, taking advantage of them and asking them to do sexual favors to get the roles that they landed. When this blew up in Hollywood, it was such a big thing. I think everyone knew that these things happened,
Yeah.
but it was hush hush, right? No,
Right.
first of all, a lot of the women weren't going to come forward and say, yeah, you know what? The reason why I even got was it an Emmy or a Golden Globe?
Or this big part.
Is because I went down on my knees and opened my mouth. No one is going to say that. And because they're going to, first of all, whoever they did that to is going to blackball them, especially if there's no proof, if there's no corroborating witnesses or other victims that were speaking out. So it was, I feel like it was known, but it was not talked about because it's a shame, right? People are going to say, well, so
Shame.
apparently
Shame.
Game
Shame.
of Thrones. Apparently people, they don't want to throw off the fact that they feel like they were deserving of this role. They just needed to get on their knees and and that was the final part to achieving what their lifelong dream was. Now, we talk about boxing, and we had brought it up a couple days yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Yesterday
morning.
Yeah, because we were talking about
it
do
was with
promoter
Swift.
stuff.
Swift was talking about, and
Yeah.
then you came out with
Exactly. So we were talking about how that this happens in boxing. We've heard it numerous times. We've heard from victims. Of course, we've never heard from the guy that's actually perpetrating the crime.
right.
But we've heard it from numerous victims that
Numerous fighters.
well, yeah, they'd be the
Well, I
fighters.
just want to bring it out there. It's
All
like
right, so it's the
victims and
fighters. Hey,
you know,
Rap.
what's up, Rap?
Fighters that have been put in very awkward positions.
No, little Penny, we're talking about fighters. See, victims. No, the victims are the fighters.
I haven't heard any complaints from the ring card girls. I'm not saying that there hasn't been any. I don't, maybe because we're closer to the fighters, that's why. But we have had very, very interesting conversations where
From a fighter to a fighter.
Yeah,
that
for
comes-
fighter
yeah.
to fighter, especially over drinks. Like they
Yeah.
start talking. There is one and we're not going to give out who we're talking about, and we're not even going to say what country where they're from or et cetera, so you guys can do your investigating. But like one fighter had said, like after his fight, that the the management had wanted them to stay in the hotel room that was a multi-room suite and snuck into their bed at night. And fortunately, the other people in that guy's camp were sleeping in the living room because they had all fallen asleep from celebrating. And he woke them up and said, "We need to go." And they ended up leaving. So that's one. apparently, of course, I don't know if they're going to actually tell us if anything happened, but just being open and saying that this was an actual situation.
Yeah, and then some managers would be very touchy on them too, and we've seen that too, and it's like, oh, that's kind of weird, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Khaled's asking if these are girl fighters. Actually, no, these are
No,
guy
there's
fighters
guy
that we're talking
fighters.
about. We're talking about male fighters, and we'll talk about female fighters later, but let's talk about the male fighters first. There was another one that, as a promoter and a fighter.
No, we're talking about male fighters, Rohai.
Rohai, we're talking about male fighters, yes. So there was fighter B, a completely different scenario, different people involved, and we had heard from 3 of the fighters in this group had all said that if they wanted to fight, they needed to spend the night. If you've heard this term, then you might know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to tell you. Besides, if you want to fight, you need to spend the night. And this is assumingly, well, when you look at them, you're thinking that they might be straight, but a male and a male. I'm just going to be very blunt and honest about it.
They're not having tea time.
I think they're playing Naked Twister.
Oh, Naked Twister. Okay, man, I see. Yeah.
And we have to remember, like, where a lot of these boxers, like a lot of the boxers are not like, Golden Boy sword fight. A lot of these,
God.
They're not like Golden Boy, who he had a blessed upbringing. Most fighters they come from very poverty-stricken areas,
and they have no choice,
Yeah. And they're just following their dream, and then they're put into a situation that they're like, man, like maybe in the first couple fights they don't show any inkling of that kind of extortion.
Yeah.
But once they see the money that they can be making, they're like, oh, you want to fight? Spend the night. Then what do you do when you were just sleeping on a dirt floor and you had 2 fights and now you have a nice comfy bed to sleep in, and you just think you're going to walk in and say, hey, like, so when's the next fight? And this proposition is on the table, and you wonder what happens if I don't spend the night, right? I mean, what if you deny?
Right. And see, this again is very difficult because you're looking at people who doesn't have anything. Whatchamacallit was saying, molesters in gymnastics and sports wrestling and football, boxing, and kids traveling. See, you never know, because as much as they are someone you can trust because they're the trainer or whatever, or manager or promoter and stuff like that, next thing you know, just because you start to trust them, that they take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Well, and we've seen that. I mean, we've seen it through your Taekwondo stuff.
Has had a circle as well. The circle. There have been females that have had issues with past Olympians and past Olympic coaches and people at the Olympic Training Center, because they felt like they were allegedly put into situations. I know that there was court stuff, and I actually can't remember or recall where they are in the court things. I believe they were actually banned from Taekwondo.
Yeah.
After these things came out.
Well, I think it was Kai that was saying something here. He said something about do they get shelved and all of that stuff? Maybe at times, but sometimes they just don't get along with promoters. The promoters they're not following the promoters and stuff like that. But there's also times that because they're not doing what they're supposed to, that the guy just disappears out of nowhere, because of the trade that wasn't given. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff happens. I mean, yeah, and Roy, 100% male fighters from everywhere around the world suffer this if they have somebody who were kind of like that.
Well, and the thing is that, like, it's always so many layers, right? Like, you could get.
Let me interject on this, because I do know a manager who was a woman, an older woman, who was exploiting men. So this is not just male manager stuff like that. It's just any manager in that way, or promoters.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a dick, because when guys do this, like, they're like, oh, come on. I'm like, So didn't they like it? I'm gonna be that person because
Well, I mean,
talk about it.
depends, right? If you're like this old kind of older lady, and then she's making you lick her booty hole.
Okay, no,
or whatever.
wait. When we talk about high school boys,
Yes.
I know we're talking about minors, but what I'm saying is high school boys that their teachers sleep with them, and it's a pretty like 30-year-old woman, 35, 40, whatever, and they sleep with the high school student, and this high school student's not even trying to complain. It's just their parents found out and stuff, right? What do guys say? They're like,
so
hell yeah.
When we have a conversation, because we have 2 kids, we're like, man, that's kind of fucked up because the kids don't really know what they're talking about, But then when I'm with the guys, you're like, yeah, you know what, man, that's crazy. And we joke about it like, man, why did that happen to me when I was in high school? You know what I'm saying? We joke about that stuff, and we talk about that stuff all the time.
But is it more
between
accepted?
the women and and guys, the perception is different. Just like the perception with men getting exploited by men, like, oh, that's fucked up, as compared to like women getting exploited by men.
So do you feel like in a situation like that, well, first of all, both situations, right? A man exploiting another man and a woman exploiting a man, do you feel like those victims don't want to speak about it? Because first of all, this is a male-dominated sport. You're supposed to be like silverback, like let's fight, like kind of thing, right? And then you're over here complaining that someone, especially if you're complaining that a woman is forcing you to have sex, it's taboo. You just suck it up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're just jacking off and then you're getting pussy or something like that, then you're like, just suck it up. Just at least you got,
That's what I'm saying. Do you feel like
that's what I'm saying? Is the mentality is so different between the men and the women. As if it was a women, if it was women, it was like, man, that's because we look at it as women are very helpless as compared to men are very strong and they can fight for it, and all of that stuff, because we are the ones supposedly making the money for the family.
Yeah.
We're going out there to hunt. So the perception is different, because I'm like, man, if he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it. He can go out there, but that's not the case, because if these guys don't have any job because they have no education, they got nothing, they're going to do whatever they're going to do. And at the same time, forcing, regardless if it's a male or a female, forcing is forcing. Just like you said, no means no.
now he's quoting me.
No, I'm just saying, if you're forcing.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just wondering what our
people
chat
think,
feel, because of the fact that it's, like,
Quickly said, it's all bad either way, right?
Yes, Quickly, it is. But when a guy talks about it, like, I feel like they're like, why you like you said, why are you complaining? Like, at least you getting something.
Yeah, Rohai, I wish they would make a documentary, but the funny thing is,
Who's
man,
come out?
Exactly, no man is gonna go out there that he got done in the butt, or he was doing somebody in the butt, some guy that wanted it, or whatever, or he's going down on his knees,
or that his masculinity was degraded, even if it's by a female,
or even just being touched, right, by another man, and you can't really do nothing about it. You just like, I just want you to stand there, and then let me just touch your body. Or
let me just be naked so I could jack
right.
off to you.
So that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't even have to be touching.
So it's just so being violated in every sense of the word violation.
What are we calling him? Rohai said some retired fighters can talk about. Honestly, I feel like this is why we're having such mental issues right now. I feel like there's something going on that
there's a lot of things that people are allegedly saying, like, they said De La Hoya was molested growing up, and that's why he's so fucked up in the head or whatever. They said the same thing with Mike Tyson, that he got molested growing up and all that stuff. There's a lot of things, a lot of fighters growing up, and then they all come out really supposedly really fucked up.
Yeah,
we don't grow up fucked up.
Yeah, but you don't go and seek. First of all, you don't seek, like, there's no shelter you're gonna go to, or therapist that you can ask. Let's just say, like, your manager or trainer, and you're like, hey man, like, they're telling me I have to do this and blah blah blah. Like, they'll be like, man, stop it, like, right? And then they're gonna be like, suck it up, like, because that's the mentality in boxing.
Right.
I mean, as much as where we have grown in boxing, we also, like, in certain situations, there's still stuff they don't want to talk about.
Yeah, and it's the ego, the pride, and even if you're a fighter that's already retired, you don't want to degrade yourself because that's the only thing that you have going back for you. In terms of your ego and what you've achieved, regardless if you have achieved something, if it's just being in that ring, and if you were taken away from that, I mean, I don't see any man going in and say, you know what, let me just tell you the truth, man. This is what happened about this dude. I'm like, who would do that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird, right? It's strange. And you guys, like, I'm gonna drop the link so then you guys can come up, because I want to hear what you guys have to say about this, because I feel like it's something we've always known about, and we're just like, well, what are we supposed to do? And now that we're like, we want to open this up so then people know, like, listen, we know about it, but we can't really do anything about it
Right.
until they step up, and they should have somewhere where they realize we know about these things, like, we hear you.
Right. Like Quiqui said they'll talk about it, but they will not talk about it when it really comes down to it. Like, that's why we know all these stories from different fighters from all over the world, is because when people just, when they drink, they start telling their stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And yeah, and that's just
Monday.com makes
Oops,
games
sorry.
great again.
Okay, go.
yeah,
Now I'm
that's
just gonna pin the link up
oh,
on the
okay.
top. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, it's crazy to me because I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, um, they'll talk about it and have this conversation, but when it really comes down to it, they're like, nah. How many Taekwondo women was like talking about it? Yeah, I remember he did this, he did that, and then when they wanted to talk about it, they're like, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Someone asked, "Do you know who Ricardo Rocky Juarez is?"
Yes, he was on the same year as I was in 2000 in the Olympics. And yeah, I know who Juarez is. Was there something going on?
Hit the link, guys.
Yeah, so if y'all
Come
want to
and
talk about this
you could
stuff,
have your cam off. It's fine if you don't want to show your
yeah.
face. Like,
But I mean, I think this is something because for us, there's a lot. Oh yeah, he's dope, man. Yeah, we were together in the in the the Olympic trials, in the USA and all that stuff. Because I was a young kid. I just turned 17. So when they were the older guys, and they were the known veterans in the game, in the 2000 Olympics. So say what's up for me, by the way. Yeah, no, that's all I'm saying is there's so many things that there's a lot of sex trafficking going on in the world, and you think that it just happens on just you know women and all that stuff. It's actually happening in boxing. It's actually happening in a lot of the fighters from all around the world. They get exploited. They gotta do something. They gotta do a favor in order for them to be out there. And it's a sad truth to that because I mean it's a sad thing. I mean I can't really say too much about it because I mean it's just sad. But like I said, in everything, man, in all around the world, the slavery of this sex trafficking and not being able to have that choice and to even become to be a fighter and to have it done on you. I mean, just imagine that, man. So, maybe we need to put more awareness to it, but I don't know because again, there ain't no guys in the whole history of boxing who will talk about being touched by another man. It's just a taboo. No one, no, it'll just degrade everything that he has achieved. It'll degrade everything that he is as a fighter. So no one will come forward, but we do see a lot of this stuff and we hear a lot of this story all around. And, the unfortunate thing is there's really nothing that anyone can do unless anyone is willing to go out there and show for themselves that they, that this needs to stop. But unfortunately, everybody is selfish when it comes down to that because they got an image to protect. I'm gonna read some of your stuff over here. I mean, man. So I mean, going back into it again, man. It happens all around, and people don't understand that boxers do go through a lot of stuff. Aside from going through his own turmoil with his own thing, and then going through the whole situation, and even you know hearing friends who's been through it, and they don't know what to do, especially if they come from a really really um poor family or upbringing, man. So you know what I'm saying? Yes. Do you concur, doctor?
No, I completely concur. Completely concur. No, yeah, and that's the thing is that like when they take you away from they seem like the savior at first, and then that's when they see how the either A, the desperation, or B, the like, you owe me.
Yes, yes. So that's something, but I'm saying like that's something that they always try to do is bring on that guilt trip and bring on the you
Mhm.
owe me this, I'm collecting or something like that, and it's the weird shit, man. It's the weirdest fucking thing is because man, it's a man's sport, but you're degrading your fighter by putting him in that situation.
Yep, exactly.
And how do they perform? And then when they're done, unless of course he's really into it, that they're gonna give him another opportunity to be on the sideline somewhere.
But I mean, like, this doesn't. I think, like, the fact is that this happens in everyday life too. We hear about it all the time, even in corporate, right? I think it's interesting that we think that boxing it doesn't happen, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's because of the fact that it's a male-dominated sport. It's all men before, and all these men are actually, I wonder how crazy it was back in the days too, because I'm pretty sure there's some people that was on the other side of things, and they would do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, someone in here said like that's not even factoring in like the local shows, like even smaller than what we're seeing right now, right? Yeah, and I believe completely that's where it starts. Because the local the smaller ones for sure, like it's not even, I don't know where I saw it.
I mean, I think ultimately when it comes down to it, it's this, you know, the people who have the power. And going back to the promotion stuff, right? When you start, you do everything the promoter do because you don't have the right to speak on oh, I want to do this, or I want to fight this, or I want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have the
Mhm.
right for all of that. It's anytime that they, you gotta be training every day, because if you're not training every day, they might give you a fight next week, and you have to take that fight. For me as a short notice guy back in the days, that was what I had to do. I had to train every day because of the fact that at any moment given in time, they would do
Just
that.
call you.
They would just call me.
Yep.
And if you don't show up, they don't call you no more.
Well, I like what Slim Creeper said, and people get off on power, male or female. It don't matter.
Well, this is why the world is the world the way it is. It's because of the control, from the government to everything in life, really. You know, even in relationship, control, 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 control. Who has control? And this is what happens when people are all about controls. Relationship fall apart. Everything falls apart. You know, Drew Titan LLC. It's time. Hey, make it rain. Boom.
Hey Drew, if you have the chance, come in and hit the link. We're talking about
Sex ring in boxing. And
basically anything in with sex and boxing goes tonight. But we just to let you know, we talked about different positions and fights and
Yeah.
etc. And then we also went into Oscar and Holly's new boobs and Oscar's new abs. And now we're talking about managers or promoters that are taking advantage of their fighters sexually, pretty much extortion, and not giving them fights if they don't. You want to fight, sleep the night. Like that's like the tagline. So if you, I don't know if you
Oof.
have stories. I feel like Drew, he freaking anaconda arms over here, would like just punch someone if he was a boxer and they propositioned him to do that. Like he would be like, oh hell, I could just see his face, like 100%.
You know, but the thing too is the young and upcomer kids are the one they target most. You know, because they're young.
Hmm.
They're young and they are in need of an opportunity, you know, so they're gonna go out there, and that's the unfortunate truth is that's who they really target most of the time is the young guys coming up with nothing, and they just gotta suck it up. I mean, literally suck it up too.
That's horrible. That's just horrible. I mean, it's weird. It's just weird and horrible. I mean, but I mean, like I said, like it's happened. It's not like boxing is
Rohai
immune.
said some of these coaches too, 100%.
Ugh.
You see a lot of that in Taekwondo. You see a lot of that in
Well,
gymnastics.
calm down a lot.
I'm just saying because that's you know.
Okay, there was
Hoya.
2 that I know of that actually both got hit for it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I
That's
mean,
not
it's
a
just not
lot.
it's just not Taekwondo, but I'm just saying a lot in general, like all
Okay.
the sports.
I was like, don't put us under a microscope, like, oh, like every coach you run across. No.
Lil Penny said Oscar De La Hoya, stay away from Ryan Garcia. Wink.
Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of sports, you know, the thing too, the crazy thing again, the vulnerability, right? The young kids is who they target,
Mhm.
right? And the up and comers who doesn't have anything is who they target. It's
And it
because
never
they got
comes-
no option, they got no choice.
Well, and like I said, it just never comes out because these guys, as the victims, are not going to say, hey, you know, he's propositioning me, number one. Number two, like, especially if you're from a small town that doesn't have a lot of resources, like, what are you gonna do? Do a sting operation on your own and be like, okay, so I'm gonna record him
Right.
telling me, you know, sleep
And
at
and
night.
you'll see
get a
some guys,
bite.
some managers and all that other stuff. They're very handsy. Like they're very
You're
touchy.
very handsy.
I'm very handsy to you, yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yes.
you touch too much.
I'm all
Oh my
over it. No, but I'm just saying you see it in public too. Remember, you know, you see a lot of that stuff, and they're just really, you know, they're just
Well, okay,
touchy
so
and-
we'll let's talk about another aspect of boxing and sex. Oh, look who we got here, and let's hear what he has to say. Hey, Drew.
Hey, what's up, Drew?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
We want
How
to know
y'all
if
are?
anyone propositioned you for boxing, and you know said that you had to bend your knees and open your mouth.
No, not in boxing. I haven't been that deep in the industry, but on the job perspective, yes. I've been propositioned by female bosses, and when you tell them no, they make your work experience a living hell.
Yep.
But if I was in the boxing industry and I was propositioned, we're talking about women, right? Because I don't play that
These
We haven't even
butt
gotten
burglar.
to boys yet. We're
Yeah.
talking about the boy. Well,
The
I'm
guys-
saying boys because I'm thinking 18
guys
and
guys
over.
are being propositioned by managers and all that
So
stuff.
our tagline for tonight is spend a night and get a fight.
I'm sorry, y'all can hear me now?
Yeah. So our
Y'all can hear me now?
tagline, yeah,
You
we
hear
can
me
hear
now?
you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
we
it.
can hear you. Can you hear us? Okay. So
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay, so the tagline is spend a night and get a fight. And these are guys, not women. We haven't even talked about the women yet. Like people want to talk about the ring card girls and the women boxers, but we're talking literally about the guys.
So we're talking about butt burglars
Yeah.
Yeah.
trying to get this. Oh man, now you see, listen. Let me say this. You know, I joke around a lot, right? But I'm gonna say this name, and y'all know I'll be playing around a lot. But then a lot of stuff came out the last decade or so about Oscar De La Hoya.
Yes.
And listen, I will never talk bad about Oscar De La Hoya's boxing career. The man's a Hall of Famer.
100%.
He didn't duck any smoke. He was a joy to watch. Pause. But when this stuff came out and he's running around with fishnets and he made a comment recently about he wants to look good in a thong, and I said, Jesus Christ, Oscar, come on, bro.
Wow.
But it's out the bag. He's a trisexual, and he has a mutant ability to shove an entire kitchen up his ass. So I mean, look, when Ryan Garcia came out of nowhere, pause, I was like, who is this kid? Why is he getting all this shine? What's really good? What's really going on? Everything was suspect. So I said that to say this. It wouldn't surprise me if we hear something down the road. In all seriousness, wasn't Sugar Ray Leonard abused coming up? He was abused too.
I heard that
He
too.
mentioned it. Yeah, and it's nothing to joke about. And some of these guys, they're coming up, and they get with a promoter or manager and say, look, I know you made about $800 last month, but I got to fight for you. You can make 20K. That's the most money that these young kids have seen in one time. And say, all right, well, give me the fight. Well, you know what? You got to come stay with me in my house. What do you mean? Yeah. You understand? And some of these kids, man, if they ain't got no father figure, I'm sorry to say, man, you don't know what these kids will do. They do some strange for some change. Where I came up, see, I was born in 75. We don't play those games. We don't play these games. I'd be the motherfucker they talking about, well, what happened to him? I'm like, well, you don't know what happened. Come talk to me. You know what happened? This dude propositioned me, and I turned his head. So I made him look like an owl. I turned his shit all the way back here.
Other side.
I don't play. Yep, I don't play those games. I don't play those games. But this new era of male, this new era of fatherless male, this new era of men being raised by single mother by choice male, I don't know about these dudes. I mean, they're not even dudes to me. They're like chicks with dicks. And they think that, I've seen videos of them pet kissing their friends. And it's like, you don't do that. And the way things are today, they normalize that behavior. And that's not normal to me.
Yeah.
So none of this stuff surprises me. Skinny jeans sagging off, everyone showing their drawers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oscar running around talking about he want to wear thongs. It's not funny to me. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. You can't step to me with that. Man, my career would be over. I'd be like one of those boxers, the greatest boxers you never heard of.
Right. Because
the story is I'd have spun someone's head around. Nah, man. I don't play that shit. And if this is something that is common in the industry, I'm glad y'all talking about it, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I didn't know. I mean, I would joke about something like that. Maybe he tried to get some ass out this dude. If y'all watch me, I make jokes about Dillian White. I make jokes about Anthony Joshua. But I mean, look, man, some of that shit is true. I mean, I have a lot of friends that I grew up with, right? At no point do we consider carrying each other's last name. Dean White, his government name is Lamar Scott. Over here in America, that's called marriage. It's called marriage. You don't do that. I've never seen AJ, Anthony Joshua, with a woman. I just see him with his shirt off on the beach with a bunch of monkeys and men. What is that? I mean, and now you got Oscar making his booty clap.
Oh,
I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. I'm in the Twilight Zone. I mean, look,
too, right? On the Eubank, you know what I'm saying? They said something about Eubank because he didn't have no, he watched.
No, he said, so Liam said, like, oh, so
I never see you
with a female, and then he said, and then comeback,
and comeback was like, I'd rather be gay than the cheat.
Yeah, and I was like, so
and then he showed,
like, wait, what?
He shows up at the weigh-in with the damn armband, and I'm like, what are you doing? What's happening here? What's going on? Look, I'm a man. I come from where men are men. All right? Y'all got boys, right? Listen, when they start horse playing and roughhousing, don't let those teachers say they need a pill, they need Prozac. No, they're boys. That's what we do.
Mhm.
That's what we do. Damn, man. Oh, nowadays they roughhouse and they talking about, oh no, the kid over there was offended by them roughhousing. They tell him to turn away. Man, I grew up falling off of shit. Slapbox, we slapbox. That was daily life. You walk into the school, someone slap you in the face. Boom! You gotta throw their hands. Everybody fought. That's what we did. Now they too much drinking, lean and smoking and stuff, and now they kissing each other on the mouth. So I'm not surprised that this is going on in the industry. These kids today are soft.
No, I
Ridiculous.
100% believe that. You know, for me, as a person, that's what I carry my kids, right? I train them to be real men, right? Like for me, everybody, I give everybody the respect, whatever y'all want to be, whatever it is. That's your life. That's my life. My life is what I do with my kids, with my family, you know, because I got no choice to make them be a way that I want them to be. That's not my choice. That's their choice. So for them to be who they want to be, you know what? Be happy with your life. You know, as long as you don't get into my kids, my circle, and try to put your views on me, then that's a different story. You know, all I can do is just, you know what? Go do what you gotta do.
But I think like
You know they try
is that like nobody. I think like when we were saying it earlier, they're like, "Are we just talking about females?" I'm like, "No, we're talking about guys, like boxers that we know that after a couple drinks, it just starts coming out." And we're like, shit. Like, you know.
I remember my manager kissing me in the cheek and he said to go with him. You know, all this shit, man. All, you know, and it's weird as hell.
Who's the boxer that fought Carl Froch, the black dude? Forgot his name. But you remember it came out that he did gay porn?
What?
Y'all remember that? Yes. What is his name? Ask the chat. If I look up Carl Froch, somebody, because I'm on my phone right now, but if I hear the guy's name, I know the name. It came out that he did gay porn. Oh Jesus. And he has like 13 kids.
He has 13.
He has like 13 kids. He has a lot of kids, and it didn't matter. And somebody out in California took a picture of the box. He's American.
Jermaine
He's
Taylor?
American. And some dude, no, not Jermaine Taylor. Go before that.
Before Jermaine Taylor.
Pull up his box rec. Pull up Carl Froch's box rec. If I hear the name, I'll know it.
His box rec's long, dude.
Somebody in the chat, pull it up. Somebody in the chat, pull it up.
Rebecca.
No, not Jay Leon. Nope.
Hodson. McGee.
No.
Westerman.
No.
World. Barney.
Barney.
I feel like Barney would be the one.
No.
Wolnoff. Page. Alan Page. Michael Monaghan.
No.
Let me see.
No.
Do you know his porn name?
Go to like 2017.
Okay, 2017.
I'm not even gonna say boxer in gay porn because I'm like that's gonna populate my shit, and I'm like I'm not touching that shit on my search.
Wait a minute, what is his name?
It was 2014 with Groves. So, yeah, 2014 was his last fight, so it can't be 2015. Miguel Kessler.
All right, okay, go.
He's white.
All right, start from before the Super Six.
Okay.
Oh fuck! When was the Super Six?
That was okay. Kessler, Groves,
Andre Durrell,
Jermaine Taylor,
No.
Gene Pascal,
No.
Albert Rebecki, Robin Reeds, Tony Dodson, Brian McGee, Dale Westerman, Robin Gruenwald, Matthew Barney, Henry Porras, David Hagu, whatever, Mark Wolno, Charles Adamu, Alan Page, Michael Monaghan, whatever, damn, Valerie Odin, Mike Duffield, Paul Bonson, Baron Carville, OJ Abraham, Michael Pinnock. That was it, man.
Wait a minute. No. I gotta find it.
Okay, Here, I'm gonna go incognito.
I gotta find it. This is bothering me.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Wait, damn. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I know it's on
Porn is
YouTube.
on
Let me
YouTube?
see. No. The guy, because you know what happened? Somebody was trolling him
Yusuf
and he ran up on him in a barbershop.
Yusuf Mack.
Yusuf Mack, that's him. Yusuf Mack, that's him.
I put it in there. Yusuf Mack.
That's him.
I put it in my Google.
Yusuf
search
Mack.
because I don't want gay porn.
Damn.
That's him. He got like 13 kids.
Boxer says he
tried to
after three-way gay porn.
He can't remember a thing.
What? He tried to say he can't. He came clean. He came clean later.
Boxer
He said,
said,
look.
he can't remember a thing after three-way gay porn. What?
Oh wow. Wait, so
I need to know.
Was he drugged or did he come clean and say
No. He came clean. He came clean and said that all right. It was him. It was him. He tried to blame some foreign fruit that makes you daze and you don't remember what you did the next day.
Yeah.
No. And somebody was trolling him on the internet and he ran up on that guy in the barbershop and started kicking his ass. That's what's on YouTube. He kicked his ass in the barbershop. Yusuf Mack, that's the guy. That's the guy. Yep.
Wow.
I swear to God.
Wow.
I swear to God. Because I didn't believe it at first, but someone sent me a screenshot of the DVD and I almost threw up everything in my stomach. I just can't.
Was it the three?
It was all three of the guys.
Oh man!
Have you? Okay, wait. Again, this is Sex and Boxing. Have you watched 4K porn?
4K.
Have I what?
8K porn.
4K, 8K
8K, 4K
really,
porn.
really,
the very high definition one, and you're like, whoa.
Oh, I don't know. There's levels to this.
No, it's not
there's
like
levels to
so
this.
there's 720, there's 1080, there's high def, there's 4K,
There's ultra high definition. All this definition.
God, no.
You not want to put it on the big screen in clean definition. Like watching porn in big screen, just there's too many. Like you start questioning.
How do you know this?
You bought a new TV. Had to buy a new TV. Larger than I thought earlier.
Yeah,
and now it's cleaner, and I don't want to watch it on the big screen.
Hey, Timmy Chip said VR. The
Virtual
VR.
reality?
Yeah, you're like, you're doing this.
Oh my God.
Man, I showed it to you, but it was just like this, you know. I'm like, hey, whoa, that's cool. That's cool. It's different.
Oh my God.
You make it 4D and you can smell it.
Oh.
But
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Wait a minute. Yo,
hit me.
I'm gonna tell you what's the worst. I'm gonna tell you what's the worst as a man, right? Listen, when you're getting top, right? I'm trying to be clean. When you're getting top and you're right there at that moment, but there's a fart right there at the door. I call that the crossroads. It's called the crossroads because you got to make a decision. Because I'm telling you, if it's after I had a protein shake 2 hours ago, I got some shit that'll knock her eyebrows right off her face.
Hey.
I mean,
let me tell you, the first time we really got together, you know, we hang out and stuff like that, and she just keeps seeing me walk out of the
I gotta
room,
go to the bathroom
like hella times,
20 times, I swear.
Hella times, until I was like, you know what, I like you very, very much, man. I think you're a beautiful girl, but I can't do this shit no more. And I just right there.
Yeah, that was my introduction to the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's
That had to have been like 4 hours after we met.
Yeah, that was I liked you, you like me, and I said, you know what, I can't do this no more. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're a hot person, you're hot. I like you a lot, but I just can't go back
I can't
and forth.
keep walking to the bathroom and
I mean, I was polite. I wasn't farting in her direction. I was farting the other side. So, that's being polite, right?
you're not aiming it
Yo,
at.
Yeah, I'm not aiming it at you.
yo, I know what that's like. Early in the relationship, before my wife and I was married, we was in the bed, night of passion, and she thought I was asleep. And she ripped one, and I just turned around quick and stared at her, and she was so embarrassed. I didn't give a damn, man. She was like, "Bang!" I was like,
Hey,
"Heard that?"
Right.
Dude, I don't think I farted in front of you.
For a long time, this
Until I
girl
got
would hide from me.
pregnant.
She's like ninja, when I'm sleeping. I swear to God, she's like, ow. And it's not like I can hear her from the door,
Oh,
right?
from the bathroom.
Right? I'm like in brushing my teeth and all that stuff, and she's like,
No, but literally, when I got pregnant, I didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I got
there's
pregnant.
nothing I could do.
Yeah, that's that. Yup.
That's like, you know what?
Yup.
There's no. Yeah, that's it.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
well, during my child's birth, I was standing right there with the catcher's mitt. I'm like, "Give it to me!" And my wife was like, "You better move." I'm like, "What?" And she let it up. She let it out right there on the table, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
For me though, man, my fart don't smell. It's the weirdest shit, man. I swear to God. Clean ass, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe she just doesn't smell it. She got worse smell. So for her, I just fart all over her face, and she doesn't even notice that I did it. Unless it's like really, really,
Man,
really, really bad.
I got an older brother, and he has those logic defined ones. The loud ones aren't supposed to smell that bad. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I was at his crib the other day, and he ripped one. I heard that shit from down the hall. When I walked in the living room, I was like, "Yo, you shit on yourself?" He's like, "Nah, man, you know how it be." I was like, "Nah, that's not normal. You need to see a doctor."
Hey,
That is fucked up, man.
Dude, I swear to God, I mean, this guy's talking about farts now.
Oh my God, man. That is
Oh,
hilarious, man.
yeah, it's just funny.
That's what the fighters. That's what the fighters should do when those creeps invite them to the hotel. Just let one fly. Boom.
I
Like, yeah, you still want me to come through?
Like, you're in my territory. I'm gonna do it right here, right now. I got no shame in that. Fuck that.
Oh man.
People know that. But no, it's crazy to me, man. But that's the thing is like with women, they hide their shit all the time, man. It's funny. And it's not like you can't hear them, it's like it doesn't exist in them. In their mind, it's like, "Oh, I don't fart. No, I don't." And like on the other side, I hear you all the time. So you know what I'm saying?
Think I hear you?
Yeah.
Yep. They get all comfortable. When they get comfortable, it's like, oh man. When the house is all quiet and stuff.
It's horrible. But yeah, bro, man, it's crazy to me, man. But we love the women. We love the women, man. So we just let them have their imaginary fart come out without us hearing it. Until they do it in front of you.
Yeah. I'm looking at what the brother said in the chat. There was a lady that held her farting for 2 weeks. I think she killed herself, right? Or something happened. She went to the hospital. And she held her farting for like 2 weeks or something. And she didn't want to poop in front of her man or something, and she almost died or something. It was crazy.
Wow.
That was a real story. I was like, what are you doing?
Ladies, the whole story is y'all gotta let it all out. And you have to respect the shit out of it, man. This is a new generation now. All these people coming out, all this stuff. Go let your shit out, man. Go let your shit out, ladies. We don't give a fuck no more.
Let it out, man. So what? No one cares.
Let it fly.
No
Fuck
one
it, man.
cares. Let it fly. Oh my gosh, man. You see, Rachel went to go use the bathroom right now.
Yeah,
She went to go potty right now.
Oh man. Hey, so for me, when I go to potty, I gotta take everything off, man. I'm one of those guys. You know, I gotta take everything off. I got my iPad on. I'm taking everything off. I'm ready to go. I'm just like, yeah. And I take a long time. You know, it's like my kids like, Papa, why do you take so long pooping? I'm like, because I do. You know, that's my man time.
It's an event. It's an event. It's an event. It's my time, man. You know what I'm saying? At my crib, as soon as I sit down and get comfortable, here come somebody. Are you gonna be long? I think you don't need me, man. Go handle your business, goddamn.
Yeah,
I'm pooping.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious. Cosmic says he takes his shirt off. You know, for me, again, man, I take everything off. That's why I can't do public work, public bathroom. I cannot do public bathroom. I just cannot. Because I have to be comfortable, man. That's one of the things that it's a must for me. Is if I can't make it, then I will. But if I could, I will hold that shit in for the longest time until I get home. Just saying.
Man, listen, they ain't no holding. If I get a good plate of collard greens, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna lose like 3 pounds. Wherever I go, it's gonna be over with. I could weigh in. If I ever was in an event where I had to make weight, I eat some collards, I will lose 3 pounds. I'll be all right.
See,
I'll be skywriting.
This is a secret that people don't understand. To make weight, you gotta clean that shit up, man. You know, this is why I make weight, because all that shit that people see, this is how they cut their weight. They don't drink water no more, but they're still eating food. Guess what? All that shit gets stuck in there. But if you're drinking water and you're cutting your food a little bit, you're flushing your system cells. And then when you flush your system, all that weight comes down really easy. That's one of my secret of why I make weight. Because you have like poundage in there, man. You know?
Yo,
I got
when Elvis Presley died,
shit talking, bro.
I heard when Elvis Presley died, he had like over 20 pounds of crap in his large intestines. Yeah, that's crazy. That was all in his stomach and his guts.
See, that's
horrible stuff, man.
That's why, like, that's how we get ill, because we hold all that toxin in our body. You know, people don't take care of themselves. They eat a lot. They don't take care of themselves, and when they need to do it, they just have little pellets here and there, and it fucks you up, man. It just fucks you up. The whole system just messes up. You know?
Yeah, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing, man. It's better to let it fly, man. Y'all should be going at least 3 times a day, man. You know, I'm at that age. I'm 47. You know, I got to get colonoscopies and endoscopies and all this other stuff. I got to make sure there's no weird growths and stuff. Go take your ass to the doctor. Get checked out. For real.
You know what? If you can't do it,
out here.
Suck it all up by the, they do with the booty sucking thingy, you know, all that shit. I forget what it's called, but some people do that shit, man. Just drink. What is it? Epsom salt and senna leaves, and that shit comes out, man.
It's I think liver oil too, cod liver oil.
Yeah.
I mean, drink some cod liver oil. Don't sneeze, because you'll have an accident.
It's called shark.
Shark. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. I think I shit on myself.
Go my wife. Shit my pants.
Yeah.
No need to. I gotta run. My wife calling me right now. I'm gonna tell her I was on here with you talking shit.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. I'm gonna tell her I was on here talking shit.
Yeah, straight out. Literally talking shit. All right, brother. Thank you.
I'll let you later.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, after all the shit talking and a lot of shit talking and all the shit that came out, Rach is back. Did you take a shit?
No. My dad forgot.
Don't lie. No. So let's get back into our topic. you know, um, yeah, just all of that stuff actually happens, man. Between between fighters, guy fighters, male fighters, are being propositioned and being taken advantage of by men,
Okay, so let's
manager,
talk
blah blah
about
blah.
women, right? So
Yes, let's
there
talk
are
about women.
so there are I feel like there have been rumors that there are women fighters right now, of course, because women fighters are coming up.
Mhm.
That some are having relations with either A, their manager, and B their promoter. And I feel like
Oh, we
I
gotta
don't
read this.
what do we got to
The
read?
super
Oh, there
chat
was a
because I
super
was just
chat.
waiting for you.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad, phenomenal Mexican. We got you, brother.
Oh, is it highlight? Oh, it
that was
was
it. That was
highlighted.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, got you. Got you.
Hey, 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 hey. Go ahead and read it for me.
Okay. It's okay. They got Hobots and Hobot strip clubs now. Oh, I
Wait,
heard about.
wait.
No, they have that. Remember we were talking about. They think Japan has it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, let's go back to this
Hey,
one.
Mark Nash, what's up? If you want to come in, we're talking about
Yeah,
some
let's
interesting
yeah.
stuff.
So they got robots
In
in the
disguise.
robots in disguise. So yeah, in the strip club.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, like first of all, we all know that in Japan they have the most amazing technology on sex dolls. They look real.
They look really real. And actually they cost like a lot of $1,000, like a few $1,000, several $1,000s, and people would buy them like those, weird.
I think there was some guy in Japan that was actually married to a sex doll.
Yeah, he was married to a sex doll.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So that does not it's weird because if they didn't get their oil, like are they going to be like, not doing their moves right? Anyway, robots and shit. Like Mark, like I want to so we're actually, I know you just joined. We're talking about sex trafficking or propositioning and exploiting fighters that as far as if you're a manager or promoter, and the tagline is you want to fight, sleep with me for a night. Basically like what happens in Hollywood, and it's not known in the boxing industry. And we were primarily talking about the male boxers because that's what we know about. It's
Right.
something that we have been privy to. Now, as far as the female boxers, I have heard whispers. I haven't really talked to the fighters themselves about, sexual relations with promoters and managers, but I have seen it. I've seen female boxers sleeping with their man. Not, I haven't watched them per se, but you all of a sudden they're in a relationship, right?
Right.
And the manager has a complete wife and kids. And for me, I feel like I'm not even.
It was sick. Ben Adams. That was hilarious.
My point is, if it is true. My point is that if it is true, I feel like that puts a stain on women's boxing, because the thing is, the men, as it's been happening, it's been quiet, right? No one's complaining about it.
Yep.
Or anything like that. Our sushi's not here.
Oh shit. Never mind.
Yeah. No, Dad didn't get the order because the boys had their phone. I just put in the order. He's gonna go pick it up, bring it back.
Oh, okay.
So with men, this has been happening for quite some time. When we heard about the first one was years ago.
It was years ago.
Years. Like I'm talking.
And you're
about
like scratching
10
your
years
head. I'm
ago.
like, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
you do see them around, and they're very touchy too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it would not surprise me if this is happening to the women boxers as well. And I think either way it goes, it's a bad situation. It's a bad look. And I'm almost hoping that it isn't a thing, because of the fact that we have made so many steps in women's boxing. I think that people have, there are trolls that are like, oh well, the only reason she's a manager, she's a promoter, or she's a fighter is because she slept with someone,
Right.
right? So that's always a thing. We can never we have it's difficult for a woman to prove themselves in the sport as it is without that like weird stigma that like she must have slept with someone to
Right.
get her position.
Or you know, the reason why he's with her as a manager is because he's been banging her. Like there's always that stigma of things, you know.
Yeah, look what he said.
If it's happening to the male boxers, it's definitely happening to the female boxers. 100%, man. I think ultimately when it comes down to it is they have the control over the fighter, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, they have the desire, if you know, to do whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they can't say no because they're poor or they don't have.
I mean, we go back into Hollywood. Like this should happen to female actresses. Like
Well, not even just poor. Like, let me rephrase that too, because they want to get further.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if it happened in Hollywood, I don't know why we wouldn't think it could happen to our female. Like I said, like I've seen relations, since like 13 years ago, pretty much when we met. Like I've seen relations of a female boxer and her manager, and you know I've heard rumors of ones that
Or-
are happening right now.
Or trainers and their female boxers. Yes.
Isn't that the same one we're talking about?
Is it?
He was her manager. Look at me. Are we talking about the same one? Look at me real quick.
Anyways,
Are we talking about the same
maybe
one?
we're talking about the same
Okay,
thing.
but he was her manager and trainer.
I didn't know that. All I know is just he was the trainer.
He sucked as a trainer.
Well, he was a
good
trainer.
manager.
I'm just saying.
Okay, well, all right. We're just gonna keep staring at it. Okay, thanks, Dad. We get sushi tonight.
So yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing is the relationship builds up, you know, and then managers and fighters become together and all that stuff. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, that's not even who we're. See, it's interesting when people drop names because we're not even talking about. We don't even know them like that. But
No, it's not that one, but
it's
ours is.
definitely not.
We're probably on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Is that
telepathy.
true? Okay.
Is
like,
that true?
Jessica McCaskill is engaged to her coach, Rick Ramos. And you know
Wow.
what's interesting to me? Like if it, you know, the Jessica McCaskill is engaged to her coach, like I feel like this wasn't
I was married to my. I'm married to my coach.
No, like-
and my manager.
yeah. I extort him.
Yeah. She said, "If you want to go 4, you gotta sleep with me."
If you want to fight, stay the night.
Yeah, I had to stay the night.
But I mean, like with it, like so, you know, these the like the Jessica McCaskill, like you wonder about the relations before, right? Like you wonder, like, okay, how old was she when they met? Does he or did he have a family and wife? And then was it because they spent time together? They were on the road together, and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden,
There's that
you know,
bond.
these things
Connection.
happen. You know, it's I don't know, it's interesting, but again, like I'm gonna keep saying it. If there's if it's happening to male boxers, I believe that it's going to be in the female world, whether or not they're going to talk about it. BM29, hey, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Thanks for
Kumusta,
coming
kumusta?
through. We're talking about, you might know a little bit. BM29, I feel like, knows a little bit about this. About like boxers whose managers or promoters came into their rooms at night after
To do the
fights.
dirties.
To collect their payment.
Yes. To collect their booty. How about that?
Oh, wow.
Arr!
They're pirates now?
Yeah, they're butt pirates.
Oh.
Arr! I'm on the damn road.
Yeah, you're on the roll tonight.
Oh, I love it.
But I just feel like there has to be, I feel like it has to be talked about more. It has to be.
But the thing is, no one is willing to pay attention to that. You know, no one is willing to converse, to have a conversation about this kind of stuff.
Because it's a male-driven sport.
But that's what I'm saying. No one is gonna be willing to do that. I mean, as it is, I'd rather.
If you were proposition.
I'll beat the shit out of them.
Okay, no, that wasn't my question.
That's just it. Just like
If you were proposition, number one. Okay, so you would turn down?
is it from you?
No.
Is it from
No.
you?
From a
Number
guy.
one.
Number
It comes
one.
from you. Yes,
no,
baby.
no.
I will. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is my duty to please that booty.
If you were proposition that you have to stay the night to get a fight,
He said, "Konnichiwa."
you don't know that.
That
what he
is
said.
konnichiwa.
Are you sure?
Yep. Don't believe me, but I'm just saying it's konnichiwa.
Okay, so if they propositioned you, would you say yes?
What?
I just need to say yes or no. Just say yes.
No.
Okay, number two, when you said no, would you go to the public to say that you were?
Why not? Tell him like, hey,
Would you?
this dude just
No,
tried to.
seriously, would you? Would that be something that you would be?
But I have no proof.
Well, no, you would have to wire yourself.
Yeah. But I mean, if I had proof and this dude was like, hey, dude, this, I'm probably not the first or the last person that he tries to do this or do that, then yeah. I'm like, it needs to
So
stop.
you would out them.
I would out them, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's what these boxers need to hear, though. I mean, first of all, they need to have proof.
Well, maybe some fighters just went the other way and said yes.
Because they're scared. But don't you think that if they had the courage to get just the proposition on tape, that it, like, you don't, it's not like I'm saying like, oh, well, you have to go through with it and that's like, that would be a sting. No, a sting operation is you get the evidence that they're actually propositioning you, whether it's through text or audio, email, whatever, and then grab that and then be able to out the situation so other boxers aren't getting taken advantage of the exact same way.
Wow, okay.
No? No?
I mean, it's the most unfortunate thing is because people feel weird about being propositioned by another man.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to speak of that. They're just going to ignore it because it's like, that's
so
weird.
what would you say to them? Would you say like, just run the, like, because, okay, we're talking about guys who don't have the opportunity and the money normally to,
well, if I was in that position, I'll say no, I'll beat the shit out of them, but I'm not going to say anything because, it's just.
Read that comment.
What is that? Sugar Ray Leonard didn't talk about his coach sexually assaulting him until like 10 years after he retired. Wow, that's a lot of courage. You gotta give that big respect. That's crazy. Thank you, Gorgoruga. Appreciate you, man. You've got great information.
Che Rosales.
Some fighters have no choice but to say yes, since they are threatened to have no more fights or a chance to earn money. 100%. Che Rosales. Is that Che?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Because for if especially in a third world country or you don't have anything to you don't have no education, you have no job or anything like that, a lot of people would just pretend like it didn't happen and they try to, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they would say yes because of necessary means. I mean, for me, I'd rather starve, but that's my story.
So what would your advice be to these guys? Because like she's telling you like they don't, it's like they don't have a choice. If they don't, their family goes, oh, the ferret's in here. Hi, ferret. Okay. Sorry, squirrel, but literally a ferret just ran in our room. Anyway, what would your advice be to them, considering that they might have a family at home that doesn't have rice or food to eat? And if they don't say yes, but if they say no, they could get blocked out of shelved. Do they take the opportunity to do something that can change the lives of other boxers?
everyone's very, very selfish, and we all know that. You know, that's the unfortunate thing about the human survival mechanism is they're gonna do what's best for them, and they're gonna try to protect what they have, and they're gonna try to create and earn as much as they can when it comes down to it. If they are put in a place like that, you know, they're just being in a survival mode. And some people, for me, I'd fight rather than be, you know, devoured, I guess.
But you understand that if you punch the guy for propositioning you, which are only words,
That's the end of my career.
It's the end. You possibly could go to jail.
It's just this is how I am. I'd rather go to jail than
good advice to these guys. Just punch them for propositioning
well,
you.
okay. That you're talking about me, but what I'm saying,
said, what's your advice?
I don't know what the advice for these guys is. Maybe create a group of people that are thing, but this is so weird. A bunch of fighters going in a circle talking about them getting proposition. You know what I'm saying? It's just so weird.
Saying that it's hard for them.
It's very difficult for a man to talk about being proposition, being in a way that degrades their masculinity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I'm asking you because if we're trying to change their mentality and for them not to be a victim, how do we guide them? Is there anything out? Is there anything out there that they could do? Is there
that's a very thing. That's a very sticky situation. Very difficult to really put a result, a remedy, or an answer to, because fighters are not going to come out. It's just very difficult to come out in that way that they were taken advantage of or they were propositioned. You know, it's a hard world in that way because that create a lot of mental issues, you know, and in order for them to really find peace is to talk about it. Like for me, if I am to be a coach, a life coach to advise people, is to let it go, in terms of letting it out, expressing it, you know, whether it's anger, but expressing those words of to let it go, you know. And so that way, you know, you can have people to support you, I guess, is another way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very hard, it's very difficult for every man to really open up and stuff like that, you know. So yeah.
Mark Nash, oh my gosh, you're here on our channel. I'm completely honored.
What's up, family? How y'all doing tonight?
Good,
man. We're just talking about this fighters.
I hear it. Hey, look, he's even uncomfortable even repeating the topic right there.
So I would love to hear, like, if you like, because we're trying to, you know, we're all about solutions and like, what do we do? How do we help these fighters? What direction can we show them that they're not caught in this cycle of, you know, basically being, you know, trafficked and yet still not lose their masculinity.
They can join the Me Too movement.
see, and that's the problem right there, Nonito. That's the problem. We laughed at it. I'm glad you guys having this conversation, because you gotta crack a joke here and there to make sure the, you know, so it's not too tight. But no pun intended. But also the problem that Nonito what's going on here, a lot of people, it's an uncomfortable thing. Like, people make jokes about prison rape when it's a man, but rape when it comes to a woman is never funny, it's not cool. But people like, don't drop the soap when you go to jail, you know. So it's, and also you brought up a good point when you was talking about being proposition, like, hey, I'm gonna beat his ass, or who do I tell? People don't want to talk about it because some would say, hey, if you didn't fight him, you must have wanted it. Think back to Terry Crews. Remember Terry Crews said he had a Hollywood agent in front of his wife, came up and tapped this package in a room full of people. Terry Crews, huge. He said, man, I could have snapped this guy's neck in half. So because he didn't do that, people's like, well, you must have wanted it. And I think that's what happens with a lot of victims. Victims start blaming themselves. Like, did I give this guy that signal? Did I give this woman that signal? This, that, and the third. So it's a very tricky situation, but I would definitely.
Yeah.
Mark,
I think we lost Mark a little bit here, but no, I think
Mark, Mark, Mark,
yeah, I think
Mark.
he's kind of there, but not there yet. But that makes sense though. You
Hello, can
know,
you hear me?
yeah, I hear
Okay, no,
you.
you're
Okay,
back.
Good.
You're back.
yeah, yeah. It's crisis lines out there where you can seek professional help, people who actually do this for a living, and they can probably guide you probably better than Martin Nash ever could of the right channels to go through, and how to thwart those foes, I guess, but and deal with those woes, because it's disgusting. It's a lot of slime balls out there that we know. We're probably going to hear more stories next week when we chop it up, because this is happening. This has been going on since the beginning of the time, since the casting couch. Sugar Ray Leonard talked about his coach when he came home from the Olympics, did that. Mike Tyson said he was molested as a child. Oscar De
Right.
La Hoya talked about being raped at 13 by an older woman. These things happen to children, and someone always say, well, where are the parents? Where are the parents? Sometimes it's the person that the parent trusts the most to watch their children who violates them, and the children don't know what to do. So yeah, this is a great topic, man, and I'm glad you guys are covering it right here on Beyond the Ring.
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I think like for us, like when we started this conversation 2 hours ago, like we were like, they're like, you're talking about female boxers, right? And I'm like, actually, we're
No.
talking about
Yeah.
male boxers, and like they were all surprised that this is like a thing. And I'm like, listen, if it's happening in Hollywood and it's happening in corporate, what makes you think that boxing is any different or immune to that type of situation? And it's just this glorifying of a masculine sport that they're like, there's no way that the guys in boxing would do this because they're, pounding their chest and
Yeah,
sweat and
and that's why
blood.
we go back into the necessity of a situation like for third world country, or people don't have nothing, they came from nothing, they don't have anything, and they're trying to feed their family. A lot of that story comes about, talked about, that we hear, from fighters.
Yep.
Yeah, indeed. So did you guys cover like groups and outreach groups that people can reach out to for counseling yet? Have y'all got to that part?
No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet. We were just kind of trying to figure out a way to advise the fighter or whoever is suffering from an experience similar to that, to kind of reach or have a way to kind of
Well,
find.
while we're talking about that, one of the things that we do, one of the things that if they're talking about outreach groups and phone numbers and hotlines where they can actually like reach out to someone, let us not also forget that most of these kids that are coming from more poor areas, their manager purchases their cell phones with them and they monitor who they're calling and who they're talking to. So like things like that, like it's just I feel like it's such a small space to breathe for these guys. And if they can find, if they can get to those outreach places or call them without the suspicion of the manager or the trainer that is actually taking advantage of them, and they're like, oh my god, thank you for giving me a cell phone, but they're looking at all your texts and all your phone calls, like that is a scare as well.
Yes. And many men, when they deal with these type of traumas, they keep those bottled up. They hold them
Yeah.
inside. They don't tell anybody. It's embarrassing. They're confused. They don't know how to shoot. Men, as you know already, we have trouble expressing our emotions properly. We just go towards violence. I like what Nonito had said earlier about documenting it. So when he started putting the beats on him, he at least have some documentation of why I did what I did. So it's not just an
Right.
assault and battery. It's like, but look at the tape. Look what he tried to get me to do. So
Right.
I mean, but yeah, man.
I mean, a lot of people, they don't.
Oh, he
Yeah,
dropped.
he dropped out a little bit.
Oh, he's
Oh,
back.
he's back. There it
Oh,
is.
yeah, I'm driving. I'm about to get still though.
No,
But
you're good.
I think another issue is people don't talk about it. The people who did go through this stuff, you don't hear about it till they 50 years old and they writing a book or selling a book.
Yeah.
They don't tell you in real world in real time. But like I said, it's so embarrassing. What people gonna think you wanted it, even if you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's just it's so difficult to bring it out there. That's why no one even really heard about this kind of stuff, is because there is no man out there who would talk about it. I mean, yeah, Leonard came out with it, and Oscar did, and all this other stuff, but how many more? And these are from great fighters. These are from legends. Imagine those little guys in the corners, and all these little shows, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's happening a lot more than anything. It's just like sex trafficking, human trafficking. It's all over the place. It's that no one is willing to talk, and who would, in their right mind, in the mind of a fighter, would speak about something like that?
And even Sugar Ray Leonard, he didn't. When he talked about it, he said it was one of the coaches. He didn't expose the coach. Why
Yeah,
not? Why not put that guy on blast? It might be other victims out there. How long
yeah.
did that guy coach after Sugar Ray Leonard? Who else did he
Shit, I mean,
coach? You know?
everybody's gonna come out, like everything else. And I'm gonna joke about it. It's like when Cosby came with all that stuff, like 100 women came out. You know what I'm saying? Because you never
Facts.
know that you are not the only one. There's gonna be other people too. If it happened to you, most likely it happened to other people as well.
Absolutely, it happened to somebody else. So I think it's very important to not only speak up, but you speak out. You document those things so you can have, you know, a paper trail to some way. To say, hey, it started with here, it started there, because it escalates. It doesn't just start with, hey, give me a blowjob. No, it started with a shoulder rub and rubbing on you and things
Yeah,
like that, and things that everything escalates, even abusive relationships. It doesn't start with just a straight up punch in a black eye. It starts with the verbal abuse. Then it escalates. So
but
yeah,
but,
man,
but
this is
that's the thing. But that's the thing is the it's just getting these people to speak. Because they feel, and this is what I think they feel, is that they're the only one who's been who's been through it. And they don't want to speak on it. But the moment that they do speak on it, I personally think that there's going to be a lot more people who's going to come in there and then talk about their experience, and then you have that camaraderie and that strength of unity that they can tackle the issue, and you know what I'm saying. So that the thing is, taking a step is the hardest thing.
absolutely, brother. You gotta be the first one. Nobody wants to be first. Even when nobody wants to be first and when it comes to these type of conversations. But also the backlash that people get, I think we as fans of the sport and just being human beings have
Yeah, we lost Mark a little bit here. Um, but yeah, I
that
think I
too.
think that's what was
That was
that?
me.
We lost you,
What
Mark.
even with Sugar Ray Leonard, like people might assume like, oh, Sugar Ray Leonard must have wanted it, and you just got the gold medal. You should have beat this guy up if he touched you. So I think as human beings, as fans of the sport, we got to be open minded, have more compassion, have more like I said, yeah, don't be so quick to rush to judgment and assume, oh, you let this guy touch you and you didn't kill him, you must
Right.
wanted it. Let
You
these
know,
people tell their stories and push those names out there. Like I said, we need those names, Sugar Ray. Who was that
yeah,
coach? Because I'm sure that coach had other victims before Sugar
yeah,
Ray.
100%. And the thing is, like, for them to I lost my train of thought here, but because you were talking about um all these issues. I'm just losing my train of thought here because I had an idea, and I couldn't hold it, I couldn't grasp it. So um
You got to switch to mid grade, champ. You can't smoke the good gas. You got to go to mid grade. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
I'm,
joking.
I'm on like 100 miles per hour. I have all these thoughts of how to go about helping these guys and being out there and helping them to speak that it's okay.
It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to come out. It's okay to seek help.
Oh, I remember now.
Okay.
So when people speak and they talk about it, like you said, they're so easy to judge, right? Or they judge like crazy when it comes down to it. That's why you have all these people talking about Bud, talking about Spence, and who's fighting not, who's fighting who, and blah blah blah. They have their own opinion with all this stuff. Everybody has their own thing, but and then they'll say to a guy, I'm like, man, he's not knocking out guys, but then. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many things that people want because they want it that way. So when people come out, they're just gonna get smashed because of the judgment of these people and how they perceive life to be.
Yep,
Yeah, champ. It's a double-edged sword, sister.
Yeah. And
I
it's very
agree.
unfortunate because we want people to really come out and be honest with things. I mean, I think it's time to just be out there and be honest and help each other out. But everybody got their own agenda.
Yeah, look. Remember the Sandusky case? Once one person came out, it exploded. You found out all of these players. There was guys in the NFL had this stuff had been going on for years and years. Same with the coach for the doctor who was the coach for the USA Olympics, as far as the gymnastics.
Yeah, the gymnastic.
Uh,
Yeah.
doc, yeah, Doctor Never start with an N, but Doctor Numbskull. Let's just call him that. Doctor Nasty. Doctor Nasty. That's what I'm gonna call him. He's out there
Yeah.
molesting these girls for years, and
Crazy.
and this stuff has been going on in several sports. I'm glad you guys covering the topic. And yeah, man, if you are somebody have been going through this, man, if you feel like you don't have nobody else to talk to, hey, you can talk to Rachel and Nonito. They'll guide you through it.
Yeah. 100%.
100%.
We're just
Yep.
always support people, man. We always go through a lot of things, and sometimes you just want to talk about it, and sometimes you want to support, and 100% for us, we're all about it, man. We're all about helping people and creating a stronger mental state for a lot of people because this is where people break is because they have to carry it on their own.
Yeah, and we're one of those people that don't judge. And if you just want to talk, then we're here just just to listen. If you want to actually take action, then we'll help guide in what actions can be taken. But the one thing that when anyone is ever vulnerable with us, like, is for us to be like, like snicker about it or be like, well, why you must have liked it, like you were saying, Mark. Like, that's not something that we would do. And the reason why we're bringing this up is because it's not talked about, because it's such a male driven and masculine sport that people don't A, want to admit it, B, don't want to talk about because it is uncomfortable. And the
Absolutely.
uncomfortable conversations are the ones that we need to have.
Well, like they say, right? In order for us to grow, we need to face what's uncomfortable, the uncomfortable situation, the awkward situation, the one that makes it hard for us. It's what brings us. I mean, there's a quote on my phone that I like a lot is because hold on, let me see, let me find that quote. But yeah, keep talking.
No, yeah, and I think, like, we with social media, with more opportunities to speak your truth, where I believe, if we went back 15 to 20 years, like, and you went to a journalist and said this happened to me, it would most likely be buried. At least now with with different platforms and the ability to speak your truth, on on numerous different platforms is a way for them to unload if they would like to do it, like, completely out in the open, or reach out. Like, people do reach out when you need help, and connect in that way. Did you
No, I
find
was
a
just,
quote?
it's like, grapes must be crushed to make wine. Diamonds form under pressure. Olives are pressed to release oil. Seeds grow in darkness. So whenever you feel crushed, under pressure, pressed, or in darkness, you're in a powerful place of transformation, you know, because that's what makes us grow as human beings is when we are facing those setbacks, and it may not be something that we feel comfortable talking about, but somehow some way it creates that courage when we can find a that solution to face that darkness, that foe that we want to walk away from and hide from. But when we face those darkness is when we can grow to become better. is when we can grow to not be affected by people's words, not be affected by people's action, and you have your own reason and action and decision coming from you and not from everybody else.
I like that. I like that. The Filipino Flash is now the Filipino philosopher. I love that. I
I'm always,
love it.
man, I'm a philosopher from the get-go. I came out, man. I've always wondered about life. I've always wondered about how things are. I've always wondered about religion. I've always wondered about faith. I've always wondered about the power of the human being. I've always wondered about science and what they have found. I've always wondered about the astrology and all this magic stuff.
Manifestation.
If you look at my ring, this ring right here, they're all alchemy ring. And in alchemy, it's just trading energy into another energy. You know, for like for us, when we drink water or food, it 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 transcends into nourishing our body, healing our body. It's a form of alchemy. The way we speak, that creates a chemistry, a vibration of positivity that helps and inspire people. That's all alchemy. That's for choosing the right word, the positivity, to create a positive action to other people. That is alchemy. That's all what we can do as human being. Is the power within us is powerful if we can create that vibration to better ourselves and to everybody else.
Well, that's what people don't. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge. I'm not going to say they don't understand it. They don't acknowledge. Hate begets hate, and then they wonder why it comes into a full circle
Well,
every single time.
and that's why you always carry yourself in the right place with the right people. Because if you are surrounded, we lost Nasher for a little bit. Mark. If you create a good atmosphere, a good people around you, the surrounding of people will allow you to grow into like them, a positive being, positive people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to close this out, guys, because we haven't eaten and I get really hangry. Um, basically, like what we're saying is that, like, if we don't talk about this, if we don't present, like, try to find the solutions, we don't open the door. Most of these things are manifesting themselves in other ways. Like, everyone's talking in the chats about, like, people who have been with these situations and they act out, whether they act out in violence against other people, whether they start doing drugs because of the negative experience they've had
Right.
of coaches, managers, or promoters taking advantage of them sexually, and they can't speak it, so they act it out physically. Is just that cycle of negativity. And, like, so because they receive negative, they're giving out back negative, and, like, continuing this cycle. And I feel like this is going to be another topic. I think next time we might, let's dive into
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Sugar's, like, story, and all these stories of like what we didn't know and what he did in his career, and when he was comfortable in saying so. And it was 10 years after he was retired. But
Right.
Was there something we could have seen? Like, looking back at it now, is there, like, situations that were like, holy crap, like, he was literally calling for help at this point, right?
Right.
But you guys, thank you guys so
Yeah,
much.
thank you
Of
guys
course,
for being out here and helping us out and chatting up with us. Again, this is a very eluding subject, to how to help people who's been there, so that people can create more, to be out there and for this to not be a problem.
ooh, Conshonery said, I like the saying that says courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear.
100%. That is beautiful. I got goosebumps of that, because that's truly what life is when you can face yourself, not hide yourself, is when you can truly see the person within you, and you'll know that that person is the one making the choice, that you are the person responsible for your life and no one else. Every action, every thought, every word, and everything that comes out of you comes from you.
Yes. And you guys, Mark Nash is one of our great, great, great friends. So You guys go and and subscribe to his channel. He drops a lot of content, has amazing conversations on his panel, very organized, and his community, his neighborhood is great as well. A lot of them are here in the chat. So thank you again, Mark, for blessing us finally on our channel, because we're always listening on your side. And we're honestly, me and Mark are talking about some things that we're going to do, collaborating with his channel as well. So make sure you guys watch out for that. But, to you guys in the chats, thank you guys so much. We love our little sex topic and boxing. We love talking about sex and we love talking about boxing. Sometimes it's a little bit serious and weird for people, or uncomfortable, I should say, not weird, uncomfortable sex topics. Sometimes it's going to be fun. And we appreciate you guys coming out here, supporting us, and having fun on a Thursday night. We hope to see you guys again tomorrow at our regular time, 9 a.m., which we still have to do our homework for.
Once again, I appreciate you guys for coming out here, showing us some love. And again, life is all about intention of what you create you to be by being responsible from your word, from your action, and your thoughts. So with that, I wish you guys the very best night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Much love to you guys.
Always stay safe, be blessed, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, see ya.
I'm Jarrell. And I am Logan. Thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding. KO! Jinx, got ya.
Manito the man.